This entire movie exists within the logo. Also Comcast.
Long ago.
Narration. This movie is yet another reminder of how much we've wasted the talents of Jet Li in American movies. If you thought watching him have to get his ass kicked by Mel Gibson and Danny Glover was a tragedy, enjoy the next 100 minutes that prove it can get worse. Second-rate assassins, too impressed by you kicking the blade in the air and catching it to finish the job they were sent to do. Also, this scene is a great example of how cut to shit this fucking movie is. God forbid someone complete a single breath before a new angle is introduced. This one knife fight will last about 15 seconds, and I shit you not, there will be no less than 15 cuts. This scale model of the Great Wall of China didn't get nearly enough screen time, and it even took a knife.
He was master of millions, but like the lowliest peasant, he could not stop growing old.
Self-imposed ageism.
此女非真莫属。
Director said, I'm gonna need you to really dial up the creepy with this line. Like, I wanna know you have a boner without even seeing it.
On the western border stood the monastery of Tefan. There was housed the greatest library in the ancient world.
Thinking that having the greatest library is something to brag about for your region. Also, these movies are not very good at giving you the actual origins of anything. There's always just an instruction manual somewhere for some freaky shit, and people either buried it or put it in a library and forgot about it. No credit is ever given to whoever made the discovery or did the work. And now I have to assume it was aliens, because it's always ancient fucking aliens. Woman who the ruler of the kingdom wants for himself falls in love with one of the ruler's right-hand men, and said right-hand man is brutally murdered because of it. Cliché.
此乃盖手之物。
This typical man jumps to conclusions about his wood and where he should stick it. And it works. The convenient curse conveniently not taking effect until the emperor could show Zhu Yuan the murder of General Ming is convenient. Making the curse look like the emperor just got doused in chocolate milk on an episode of You Can't Do That on Television is a choice.
1 o'clock. 10 o'clock.
Movie has time to do a river runs through it. Putting ancient relics in your home to just respect them, as if you haven't already fought a mummy twice and a poorly CG'd Dwayne the Scorpion Johnson once. Main character thinks back to accomplishments they achieved in previous entries in the franchise and yearn to be taken back to those days, as does the audience. Cliché. Movie wants us to believe enough people would be excited about a book detailing the adventures in The Mummy Returns to justify an author appearance, and I do not believe you, movie.
Is the Scarlett O'Keefe character really based on you?
Honestly, I can say she's a completely different person.
Do you get it? Because this version's Evelyn looks a lot less My Cousin Rachel and a lot more Coyote Ugly. Do you get it?
Do you believe in happy endings?
Is this author appearance located in a spa?
May we stay this happy forever.
This couple that loves action, adventure, and danger has settled down and they hate it. We can see they hate it. They can see they hate it. But they do it anyway because, I don't know, it was part of the plot of Spy Kids or some shit. Whatever the excavation plan is here, it involves digging a bunch of random holes, which in no way helps to uncover the giant head.
Good. Wilson's back.
Looks like the mummy might be returning in this movie, but apparently Alex's British accent will not be joining it.
You really are Rick O'Connell's son.
Yeah, well, hopefully after today, you'll be known as Alex O'Connell's father.
Vanity or nepotism? Take a pick. I pick both.
Powerful face.
It is not. We got a bad moms, a bad Santa, a bad lieutenant, and even Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa, all before Hollywood even hinted at a bad mummy. Did they hire this butler to exclusively give disapproving looks? Also, the movie will never reveal what happened after Jane set fire to the entire house after carelessly chopping lit candles. No one could fall asleep in that chair. Discount Guy Fawkes mask. This movie is melting away any confusion about whether or not it wants to be a discount Raiders of the Lost Ark. Awfully nice of these arrows to fire in a way that allows you to dramatically run away from them, instead of a lethal hailstorm of arrows over the area that would have been more effective at ending the movie right here. All of these booby traps sure do understand the need to only take out the actors who don't have speaking parts. Alex forgets that he is about to be head crushed or have his throat slit open because boner. This pot, which breaks the edge of the platform, is then shown falling through the middle of these boards because even the discontinuity in this movie is magic. When you're immortal but still scared of bullets.
Let's go, Professor. We've got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, like maybe getting a little farther away from the woman that just tried to fucking kill you, or at least a moment of silence for your booby-trapped colleagues wouldn't be a bad idea.
In lesser hands, the eye could be lost forever.
And we have a bunch of younger, recently trained assets we could send on this mission, but this was too important to not bring in a couple of retired, out-of-practice agents instead. In case you confused it with Shanghai, West Virginia. My first instinct was to read this sign in the possessive as Imhotep's, but then I realized it was plural, Imhotep's, and the whole thing is a very offensive play on Hooters.
Jonathan!
Jonathan.
No offense, Mom, but we haven't been a family in a long time.
I see we're going to force in some familial drama as well, because everyone's main critique about the Mummy movies was their lacking in relatability.
How are we gonna fix this?
We need to do it together.
My college girlfriend always offered up the same solution, just never with me. I know you kind of have to go with what your commanding officer says in the military, but goddamn, not one of these assholes goes to the higher-ups explaining that their leader is trying to raise a fucking mummy.
Don't wake the big guy up while I'm gone.
Mummy jokes. Also, what is her plan here? To kill everyone in the room and carry the sarcophagus out on her back?
Oh, you mean this?
Knowing how vitally important this irreplaceable artifact is, and being this careless and frivolous with it. From here forth, this shall be known as pulling a Rick O'Connell.
I'm afraid your work is not done yet, Mr. and Mrs. O'Connell.
But it should be, and you should want them to leave so they can't subvert your plans. Sure, they needed Evelyn to translate the text on the egg thing, but Professor Wilson could have asked her to do that prior to revealing that he's a villain. And as for the pure heart thing, that sounds pretty subjective, and I guarantee you they could have found someone more amenable to bleed on this thing to open it.
Raising an army of mummies is insane.
As is thinking the public wanted a third movie in this franchise, but here we are.
The inscription says that only a drop of blood from a person of pure heart can open the eye.
The eye's ability to analyze the human spirit will be severely undervalued by everyone in this movie.
Wilson, you son of a bitch.
No one down there hears this or notices two people upstairs not even trying to hide. The Emperor is only resurrected because Lynn accidentally kicks the eternal juice onto his statue. If she had done nothing, he never gets resurrected and the movie ends right here.
This is a eunuch. It's a decoy.
What exactly does his lack of balls have to do with anything? Also, considering she had guarded the tomb for 2,000 years and her mom is Zion, it is wild that she did not know where the body was located. For a movie with mummy in the title, there is certainly a lack of actual mummies. The Emperor and his soldiers have not gone through a traditional mummification process. They were encased in clay, which makes them more of a golem than a mummy.
Here we go again.
The perfect opportunity for a memorable one-liner, and this is what they went with. There are any number of things that would have been better than this, like, I want my mummy, or Happy Honda Days. Giving off a Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb vibe while continuing to be worse than Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb.
Open the gates! Open the gates!
I don't think Rick needed to point his guns at museum security. Also, if their goal is to pursue, why not go out the wall and gate that are already open?
Jonathan, get them back!
The movie is in desperate need of some comic relief, so it literally stops to pick up John Hannah. This works way better than it ever should have. But also, Jet Li has to jump up to kick it away. He could have done nothing and it would have missed him. Rick and Jonathan go face first through fucking bricks. Are they Muppets? This movie is a lot better if they're Muppets.
Give me your hand and get on this horse! Get back, Dad!
Kids.
Alexander Robert O'Connell! You get on the back, this horse, this instant!
Fathers.
Trust me, I got a little more experience with mummies.
Mansplaining mummy misadventures.
Thought you were dead.
He missed.
How is that even fucking possible? I can't disprove the serendipitous bullshit that took place to put this cart on a collision course with this truck, but I do know that their little meat cute should not have caused sparks to explode any more than they were already flying. The eye, which we haven't seen since Lynn kicked it out of this guy's hands, is now conveniently rattling around at his feet because winning for him has nothing to do with cause and effect and everything to do with the script deeming it necessary.
Does it look like I have a wallet?
As much as anyone else here, yes.
My name is Lynn. My family has watched over the Emperor's tomb for centuries.
Now we've got a discount Odette fare to go along with what is looking more and more like a discount version of the first movie. It's the same damn movie, with an Asian aesthetic added so we wouldn't notice, but we all noticed.
Going to need a plane.
I'm not just a mad dog for the job.
Of course, the random guy at Jonathan's club in Shanghai who wanted to kick his son's ass, who Rick ended up knowing, is also just the pilot that they need right now.
I tell you to fasten your seatbelts, but it was too cheap to buy any.
Why am I laughing?
Brendan Fraser asking honest questions about the script somehow makes it into the movie. We'll briefly see the yak carrying supplies later, but we all know the only reason this puppet is being subjected to this plane ride is that someone has a yak-yacked joke that they are itching to tell.
What is that god-awful smell?
Yacked. Complete opposites, you and me, right? You guard tombs, I raid them.
Movie has time for this. Dude, that happened one time, thousands of years ago.
Come on, Alex. You obviously like her.
Skip.
If I'd met a girl like you, Geraldine.
Movie takes a very strange aside where I guess we're supposed to believe that Jonathan would like to this yak. To be fair, that would make this movie more interesting.
What did you do now? Rob an armory?
How is Rick not aware of all the cargo they put together for this journey?
I'm sorry, I just don't put much faith in your girlfriend's magic deck.
Deriding something for being magic when you have seen all the things you have seen over the past 2.5 movies.
Okay, Dad, she is not my girlfriend.
God damn, how many skips can one movie skip?
You put down one mummy, Dad.
Yeah, same mummy twice.
Actually, that's not true on either count. Rick has killed quite a few mummies in the previous 2 films. Killed Imhotep in the first film and a bunch of his priests. And in The Mummy Returns, Rick didn't even kill Imhotep. That feat was accomplished by some spirits.
If the Emperor places the eye up there, all will be lost.
If there was ever a possibility of this guiding port being used for nefarious activities, then why wasn't it destroyed before now?
Get the other guy!
Why was the other guy just standing there? He just fumbled with that gun so badly, and they tried to mask it with the sound of a gun cocking. So the Yetis know football? This is silly, but it is also the funniest thing to happen in this movie. And honestly, the main characters encountering more quirks and absurdity would have been more fun than listening to them bicker the whole time. The Emperor suddenly decides to join the fight and use his powers in a way that he should have done from the beginning. Way too many non-mummy people survived this. So I guess he could do that the entire time and has just been choosing not to? Yeti Ex Machina!
We've got to take him to Shangri-La now. It's our only chance.
Even that shouldn't work because you have to carry him all the way up this mountain. Even with the Yetis helping, Rick should have bled out before you got there.
The pool.
Alex is every kid on summer vacation ever.
I could live here. Lots of opportunity. A casino.
Jonathan is fun, but he has everything wrong with humanity if you turned it into a walking punchline, and he should be punished for it.
How long you got in this tomb?
Over 2,000 years.
I don't care if it helps prevent some crazed emperor enslaving mankind. No one should hold the same job for 2,000 years.
My mother has mourned my father for centuries. I don't know if my heart can bear it.
You guys haven't even been on one real date yet. Apparently, breathing inside a terracotta pot sounds a bit like Darth Vader. But why is this mummy breathing?
It is immortal.
I mean, technically, as a mummy, wasn't he kind of immortal already? Also, this script spends too much time holding my hand through obvious shit like this, instead of filling in the plot gaps and making the characters more real.
Mad Dog can outfly a 3-headed lizard any day of the week.
Rick will end up right without addressing the current facts that Mad Dog doesn't know where they are. There's no guarantee that he could land a plane in Shangri-La, and since this is the first 3-headed lizard you have encountered, there is no way to know the Mad Dog's plane is faster.
The Terracotta Army is not indestructible until it crosses the Great Wall.
Holy that is a convenient rule that has appeared out of nowhere.
When the Emperor built the wall, he buried his enemies underneath it and cursed their souls to hold it up for eternity. I will call them to battle once again.
The Great Wall survives this. They bury the crossbows with them? Why the would they do that? This guy is in surprisingly good shape for having been torn in 4 different directions. All the undead soldiers will get up from the barrage of arrows unharmed, as if this movie is realizing in real time that this big battle has almost no stakes. Not doing justice to either of these actors by using 500,000 camera cuts for their final fight. Also, for the entire movie, both Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh have been criminally underutilized. So many people went to see this in the theater specifically because these 2 actors were in it, and they were rewarded with this.
Spank my ass! Spank my ass!
Since we know the general can now shapeshift into a 3-headed dragon if he wishes, then why isn't he doing that now?
Honey! Fall back to higher ground!
Using the Revenge of the Sith method for combat strategy.
Shut up, Playboy!
When a movie makes you miss the witty repartee of 1997's George of the Jungle.
Die, you mummy bastards! Die!
When a movie makes you miss the witty repartee of 1997's The Love Bug.
Here's through his heart.
We know Lynn knows this is what she has to do, since it's exactly what she attempted to do earlier in the movie. But we, the audience, need to be reminded again because the Mummy Tomb of the Dragon Emperor thinks we've lost enough interest in this movie that we might forget. And the movie is correct. This is a very odd time to be worried about mood lighting.
When this is over, my man gets a drink for free!
What man? You brought one other plane that got shot down. And since we never saw the pilot, I'm forced to assume they're all dead. Guys, I no longer have any idea what's going on. All of that just to bat him out of the way like a cat. You could and should have eaten Alex in one bite.
Enough tricks! Where's your honor? Fight like a man!
This works. The Emperor will seriously just stop using all his superpowers for the rest of the movie because Rick said this. I don't even think he understands English.
Fight and conquer.
The movie plays it as if Rick saying this earlier was some kind of prophecy, when all it did was allow Alex to just draw a division symbol instead of writing out, "Hey Dad, just wanted you to know that I took the other half of this broken knife and I'm currently swimming my way around back for a sneak attack. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, could you grab the remaining half and plunge it into his heart at the exact same moment I fly through the air to stab him like I'm Discount Michael Fassbender from 300. It'd be really cool, and we could call it Project Eiffel Tower. Anyway, glad you didn't die and that Yetis are real. So now there's nothing holding up the Great Wall. Cool.
Kiss me.
Don't have to ask me twice.
She didn't ask you once. That was a command.
Smells like a used diaper filled with Indian food.
Fire, water, earth, wood, and metal.
Captain Planet, motherfucker.
Suck on this at one time!
At least that's the general idea.
General idea?
It's a boy! You wait for me! I'm coming with you!
Fight's taken.
You want power?
AK-47, the very best there is. When you absolutely, positively got to kill every motherfucker in the room, except no substitutes.
Alex!
Can you put your f***ing away?
The truth is,
you're an accident.